Welcome back to Movie On. Today I'm going to explain the movie called I Saw the Devil from 2010. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care, and I hope you enjoy it. At the beginning of the movie, we saw a car in a very quiet road, and then the car stopped beside the road because one of the tires was punctured. There was a girl in the car, and she was talking to her fiancé on the phone. Her fiancé's name was Kim Soo. While she was talking to her fiancé, a school van came there. A guy came out from the van and asked her what's wrong. The girl told him her car tire was punctured. But I have already called the tow truck, and they will be here in no time. But the guy said it's snowing heavily, and that's why they will need some time to come here. So let me check it. On the other side of the phone, Kim Soo said you told him you have already called the tow truck, but still the guy wants to help you. I think there's something wrong. She talked to him for a while and then cut the call. And then we saw the man told her your tire is totally destroyed. The girl told him from inside the car, "Thank you so much for your help, but the tow truck will be here in no time." And the guy was looking at her so creepily. And then he went to his van. But he didn't start his van for very long, and he stayed in his van for quite a while. The girl inside the car realized that something was wrong and doubted him. But before she could start her car, the man came to her car once again and broke the glass and got inside her car. He also injured her, and then he took her with him. When the girl woke up, she discovered herself in another place. The man took her as a hostage. She realized he was about to kill her. She told him, "I'm pregnant and I have a baby inside my belly." But still, he didn't show any mercy to her and killed her so brutally. Some days later, the police found pieces of her dead body. Actually, her father was a detective for the past 30 years, and he became very sad about it. Even though he was working as a detective for 30 years, he still could not save his daughter's life. Then he said to Kim Soo, "Forgive me, I could not save her." Kim Soo was her fiancé and loved her very much. Kim Soo was very depressed and broken after his wife died. He had tears in his eyes, but he didn't let anyone notice his tears. He was very calm, and it was like the calm before the storm. He takes 2 weeks of vacation from his job. Actually, Kim Soo was an agent of the National Intelligence Agency, and one of his colleagues came to meet him. Then he gave him a capsule and told him whoever has this capsule with them, you can see their exact location on your phone, and you can also hear everything around them. But if someone gets to know about it, then both of us will be in huge trouble. Kim Soo said, "Don't worry, nothing's going to happen." And then Kim Soo left. Kim Soo went to his father-in-law to talk about his murdered fiancé, Jang Joo-yeon. Then her father, who was a detective, told him that we've already arrested 4 people for this kind of case. Then he gave him their photos and details. Kim Soo left with the details and photos. Then he tortured 2 of them so brutally, but then he realized that none of them were the killer. Then he went to the 3rd suspect's house, but he had already left his house and his kids. His parents don't know where he is. When Kim Soo was leaving the house, he saw the son of that 3rd suspect, and his son was suspicious as well. Then he asked him, "Do you know where your father is right now?" He told him his location. Kim Soo went to that place where the suspect lives. When he was searching his whole room, he found a lot of girls' stuff in his drawers. Then he searched the whole house and found the ring in the drain. This was the ring which Kim Soo gave to his fiancé. Kim Soo got so emotional to see this ring and realized it was the house of the murderer who killed his fiancé. On the other side, we saw Jang Kyung-chul, the psycho killer who killed his fiancé. He was going somewhere with girls in his bus. In that bus, there was a girl, and Jang Kyung-chul was creepily looking at her. He has already killed another girl. And at night, we saw that one girl was missing from the school bus. And Jang Kyung, the psycho killer, had kidnapped this girl. He took her to his house. While Yang was sexually assaulting her, someone called his name from the back, and Yang stopped. Then he went outside and turned the lights on. Then he saw that Kim Soo was standing in front of him. Yang asked him, "Are you alone?" Kim Soo didn't answer him. Yang told him, "Maybe you're a police officer. I'm surprised that the police found me so early, but you don't have any idea about who I am." And then Yang started running toward Kim Soo, and he had a knife in his hand. But before he could attack Kim Soo, he got saved from his knife and then beat him so badly. Even though Yang attacked him too many times, Kim was so trained. He beat him so badly and then wrapped his face with plastic. As a result, he started choking, but Kim Soo didn't let him go. But when Yang was about to die, he let him go. Then Kim Soo found a big rock in front of him, and he was about to kill him with that rock, but he didn't. And then Kim Soo put that capsule in Yang's mouth so that he can track and listen to everything of Yang. But Yang didn't notice it because he was unconscious. And just like that, Kim Soo saved a girl's life. When Yang woke up, he found an envelope in his hand. Inside that envelope, there was a lot of money. He laughed at the money and said this police officer was a psycho, and then he left. While walking on the road, he found a taxi and asked for a lift. There were 2 other men inside the taxi. On the other side, Kim Soo was watching his location, because he can see every action of Yang in his phone. What he is doing, what he's talking about, Kim Soo can track all of this. And Kim Soo also started to follow him. The other 2 men who were in the taxi, Yang killed them, and then he opened the trunk. Then he saw that there was already a dead body inside the trunk, which means these 2 were also criminals like him. They were driving through the highway to throw someone's dead body after killing him. Yang left these 3 bodies on the road and left with the car. Yang was injured, so he went to a doctor. Then he saw a nurse there, and he was on to her. When the nurse went into an isolated room, Yang was already there. Then he closed the door from inside, and the nurse got so scared. He told her, "Last night I was about to have fun with a girl, but a guy came there and destroyed all of my plans. And now I don't want to lose my chance to have fun with you." The nurse requested him to let her go, but Yang was a psycho, so he does not care about anything or anyone. He has no mercy. He is an animal in a human body. But before he could sexually abuse her, Kim Soo came there, and then Kim Soo hit his head from the back with a cylinder. And then he beat Yang so badly. When Yang was like half dead, the nurse was trying to get away from him. But Kim Soo told her to stay. She needs to treat him and bandage his wounds. Then he said to Yang, "This is just the beginning. It won't stop soon. And this will cost you so much." And then Kim Soo cuts one of his legs so badly that his soul also got scared of it. He was screaming so loudly in pain. In the next scene, we saw Yang was getting out of his car by dragging his body. His leg was injured so badly, and his hand was also broken. He cannot walk properly, and he doesn't know why Kim Soo is doing this to him. And he was so confused about how he always gets his exact location. He thinks he has some transmitter device in his body. He checked his shoe and his whole car, but he found nothing. And then he starts driving on the highway. Now he wants to change his car because he thinks there's something in the car that was giving Kim Soo his exact location. He stopped another car, but it was the army's car, so he didn't do anything. In the next scene, we saw that Kim Soo gets a call from his father-in-law. He told him, "Now you should stop following Yang. You have punished him enough. Now the police will punish him." But Kim Soo doesn't want to stop. He wants to hurt him so badly, like he hurt his fiancée and others. On the other side, we saw that Yang was in a room with 2 of his friends. One of them was a girl, and the other was a boy. And they were also psycho like Yang. Yang told them his story, how a man was torturing him and leaving him as well. Yang's friend said, "He's hunting you. He must be one of someone's family members whom you killed." And then Yang goes to a room and starts thinking about who this man is. Then he remembered that Kim Soo had a ring on his finger. He also remembered whose ring it was. Now Yang understood why he was being tortured so much. On the other side, we saw that Yang's friend tied the owner of that house they were staying in. He took that girl to the kitchen, and before he could kill her, Kim Soo comes there. Yang's friend got so worried and asked him, "How did you come inside without making any noise?" And then Kim Soo beat the shit out of him. And then Yang also came there. All of them started fighting, but Kim Soo beat them so badly that they were almost dead, and they were so injured that they could never kill anyone in the future. And then he again beat the shit out of Yang, and Yang was screaming loudly in pain. The next morning we saw that the police came into the house and arrested all of them. All of them were injured so badly. That's why they took them to the hospital. Kim Soo was also injured a bit. Then his friend came there to meet him. He asked him, "Why don't you just hand over this man to the police?" Kim Soo said, "No, not now. I will not leave him until I get my revenge on him for his crime." Then his friend told him, "The capsule will keep working until he gets constipated." Kim Soo told him to stay quiet because Yang was beside him. Kim Soo went to him and pulled the cover from his face. Yang was totally unconscious. But actually, Yang was not unconscious at all. He was just acting like he was unconscious, and he heard everything. He realized that he had a transmitter in his body, and that's how Kim Soo was getting his exact location every time. And then Kim Soo left Yang in a very quiet place, so that he would try to commit another crime, and he can teach him a lesson once again. But now Yang knows everything. He knows who Kim Soo was. He knows why he was taking revenge on him. And he also knows that he has a transmitter in his body, and he can still listen to him. Then said to him, "I know you can hear me. I've never played any game like this in my whole life. Now it will be more fun. I know you're taking revenge on me because of that girl, and I know the location of her house too. Now you will regret your whole life because you didn't kill me when you had the chance. I forget to tell you one thing. When I was killing your fiancée, she told me she was pregnant. Maybe you didn't know this." Kim Soo actually didn't know about it. Yang told him she begged me to spare her life, but I didn't spare her. You should have been with her to save her. And then Yang went to a chemist and bought some medicine for loose motion. Then he took out the capsule from his body. He put that capsule in someone else's body. Before Kim Soo went there, Yang had run away from there. Now Yang does not know anything about where he is and what he's doing. Then Kim Soo went to his psycho friend and asked him where Yang was. He told him, "You don't understand, Yang. He will give you back the pain you gave him." Which means now he will kill the whole family of your fiancé. Once he kills them all, then you will have no regret if you catch him. Then Kim Soo left the hospital, and then Kim Soo's colleague received a call from Yang. He told him that Yang called him on the wireless and told him he had some unfinished business. And after he finishes it, he will surrender to the police. Kim Soo asked for Yang's location, but when he told him his location, Kim Soo got so worried because it was the location where his fiancé's family lives. And now Kim Soo knows that Yang wants to kill his fiancé's family. And Yang's friend, who is also a psycho like him, told Kim Soo that Yang gets much happier when he hurts someone so badly. Which means if Yang can find her family, then he will kill them very slowly and painfully. And that's why Kim Soo wants to get there before Yang. But Kim Soo couldn't get there before Yang. Then went to his fiancé's house and injured his fiancé's father so badly. He also killed fiancé's sister and left. Kim Soo came there and saw all of this. Kim Soo gets so sad, he realized his mistake. If he had killed him earlier, then he would not have to see this. On the other hand, Yang wants to surrender himself to the police. So he called the police and said that I want to surrender, and then gave them a location. Yang wants to surrender to the police so that Kim Soo cannot have revenge on him, so he will keep regretting it his whole life. And in this game, Yang will be the actual winner. Then Yang went to the police, where the police were waiting for him. Before the police could get him, Kim Soo came there and took him in his car and left. Then Kim Soo took him to that house where he killed his fiancée. He tied him to the exact same place where he killed all the girls. Kim Soo tortured him so badly. Yang asked him to kill him. He said, "Why are you not killing me?" But Kim Soo said, "I don't want to end this game so easily. If I wanted to kill you, then I could have killed you earlier. I will kill you when you feel the most pain of your life. When you will have fear in your eyes. That will be my revenge." Yang says, "Leave me, please don't kill me. You have already punished me so much." But then Kim Soo told him, "You must have heard this line so many times from others. And now feel this pain." Kim Soo asked him, "Are you afraid?" But then Yang started laughing and said, "I don't have any fear or feeling of pain inside me. You know this. You've lost everything." Kim Soo said, "I want you to feel pain even after you die." And then Kim Soo closed the door and put a rope in his mouth. Actually, where he was tied, he had a blade above him, and if someone pulled the rope from his mouth, then the blade would fall on his neck and cut it off. And the other end of this rope was tied to the door, which means if someone opens the door, the blade will fall on his neck and cut it off. Kim Soo set everything up and left. When he got outside, he saw a taxi behind him. Yang's parents and his son were in that taxi. Yang was saying, "I will stay alive, and you cannot kill me. I'm not scared of anyone." Actually, Kim Soo placed that capsule in his body, and that's how he could hear everything that Yang says. And then Yang saw that his family was standing outside. They saw him and they wanted to go inside to save him. Yang wanted to tell them not to come inside, But if he lets go of the rope from his mouth, then the blade above his neck will fall on his neck. Jiang's family wants to save him, but they didn't know that if they opened the door, the rope would get pulled and the blade would fall on his neck. This was the moment where Jiang had the fear of death in his eye. He has caused this pain and fear to so many people, and now he is in that situation. He wants to shout so loudly and say, "Don't open the door," but he cannot talk. But when his parents were opening the door from the outside, then slowly the rope started to loosen from his mouth. And when they opened the door, the blade fell on his neck, and that's how Jiang died. Kim Soo was listening to all of his pain and fear with his headphones. As he died, Kim Soo also started crying. He had his revenge on Jiang, but he has lost everything. The title of this movie is I Saw the Devil. Many innocent girls saw Jiang like a devil in their eyes, and Jiang also saw King Soo as the devil. That was the story of this movie. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen. And don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below. And at last, I will say, stay safe, stay well, thanks.